Hi guys, it's Wednesday and today is Classic Rock. Today we're going to follow up on an episode we did back in, I guess say the late fall, maybe early fall. I think it was around episode 63 when we talked about the Grateful Dead. Now, I don't know how many of you are fans of the Grateful Dead. For me, growing up, I only knew two of their tunes. One was Casey Jones and the other was Truckin', which luckily with today's technology I have as my ringtone on my phone. But growing up and hearing of the band, and it came out around the same time as Jefferson Airplane and Janis Joplin, Big Brother and the Holding Company. For some reason I thought it was more of a heavy metal style band, and I really didn't understand what they were doing. And this band covered a lot of different styles of music. It would be rock, there was country in there, there might be bluegrass, there was a little bit of folk. It really had a very diverse musical backgrounds and performances. And it wasn't until I really started listening to their albums that I got to appreciate this. Now, two of the Dead lead players, we had Bob Weir doing guitar and vocals and Jerry Garcia, guitar and vocals. But for me, I was always a Garcia fan. I mean, I liked the songs he wrote, I liked the way he played guitar, liked his vocals. And when the albums came out, I always kind of gravitated to the Garcia tunes. So I was really excited when he started doing some solo work. Now, with him, again, you never know what to expect. He might be playing electric guitar, he could be playing acoustic guitar, he might be playing country slide guitar, he might be playing bluegrass this time, it might be folk the next time, you know, Whiskey in a Jar, the old Irish tunes. You never knew what he was going to pull out because he had such a diverse musical background. Now, one of the albums I got, and this is a great album, it was called Jerry Garcia Band, recorded live. And it was Jerry Garcia, not other Dead players with him. He had a whole different band for this. And even in the song list, we only have one Dead song in there, Deal, he had written with Robert Hunter. The rest of the album's made up of music he's drawn from pop, R&B, folk. And to give you some idea what's on this, and it'll kind of explain what I'm talking about, we got The Way You Do the Things You Do by Smokey Robinson. That's his opening chart. Waiting for a Miracle, a song by another Canadian from Ottawa, Bruce Cockburn. And Bruce Cockburn's gone on to have a great solo career on his own, but kind of nice the way he covers it on here. It's a whole different take. Simple Twist of Fate, the first of a number of Bob Dylan tunes he is doing. Now this album came out, I believe it was 1991, so it was a little after the Dead had backed up Dylan on his tour. And you may recall that album, Dylan and the Dead, where they covered some of the stuff off Slow Train Coming and Desire, so in that era. So he was no stranger to the music of Bob Dylan. We've got Get Out of My Life by Alan Toussaint, I Shall Be Released, another Bob Dylan tune, Dear Prudence, song by the Beatles, and not one that you hear covered very often. So this was kind of a fun take to get a chance to hear this. And Deal, the song covered by the Grateful Dead. Now we'll go back into side 2, or CD 2 in this case. We've got Tales of Yankee Power, and that's Bob Dylan again. Evangeline, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, Robbie Robertson. Remember we talked about him in the video on the band, another guy from Toronto, backed up Ronnie Hawkins, and the band went on to work with Bob Dylan. And again, he's covering one of Robert's songs here. Let Go, That Old Sea, and Tangled Up in Blue, another Bob Dylan tune. So a lot of different backgrounds to the music that are coming in. We're looking at folk with Bob Dylan. Bruce Cockburn was a little bit different. We've got Smokey Robinson with the Motown sound. We've got Robbie Robertson with the music the band was doing, which it wasn't really country, it wasn't really folk, it wasn't really rock, it was music all their own. And Jerry Garcia takes that and makes it his own as well. So if you haven't checked it out, certainly worth a listen. And again, this album has so many different songs that are familiar to us, but in a whole different take that he puts, a whole different spin he puts on them. As well, if you get a chance, go back and check out the Grateful Dead, because there's some great music in there. And again, it may not be what you think it is. It's some fun music to listen to, especially on these summer evenings. So that's it for today. Solo album, Jerry Garcia. A lot of this material available online, hard copies, digital downloads, or streaming. So check it out. That's it for today. We'll see you on Wednesday for Waxing On. Everybody, thanks for stopping by. Take care. We'll see you then.